How are you all this fine day? Good? Yeah. All right. It's good to know that there was a robotics forum today and it was all positive towards robotics because that's all we do. Robotics, motors, control systems. So basically I'm from Motion Solutions before all that. I'm Gotham. And we were established about 36 years ago, and all we've been doing is servo motors, VFDs, drives, in different various industries, robotics. We're also looking into AI nowadays. And we predominantly work with OEMs, build machines, and we provide turnkey solutions as well, or just supply drives, depending on the customer needs. So I've been told I've got 10 minutes, and because we do a lot of things, I've picked one thing. So this is all we do. System integration, stepper motors, servo motors, gantry systems, pick and place, and SCADA robots, 6-axis robots, vision, linear servo motors, ball screws, AC/DC drives, HMI touchscreens, both mobile for excavators, drilling machines, and industrial. We do couplings, encoders, rotary tables, sensors, pressure, temperature sensors, proximity sensors, ultrasonic, safety curtains. There are safety devices which doesn't have to be a curtain, and you don't need a cage. It just sits in a corner, and then it does safety all around. There are devices like that which we provide, and then fiber optic and photoelectric sensors. These are the industries we work with. It's basically almost everything. We put drives in rockets. We put drives in automated building equipment. So there's companies like Fast Brick Robotics in Western Australia. They're building automated building equipment. It's basically replacing masons and builds the whole entire building. Medical industries, research, nuclear, so I'll touch base on that. Again, precision control, positioning and automation, motors, drives and sensors, linear actuators, robotics and vision. So these are the robots which we cover, 6-axis robots as you see there, and then gantry systems, and we handle up to like 200 kilo payloads, and we've done 8 meter, 5 meter by 2 meter pick and place applications. And we can customize the machines for you, like depending on your requirements. We size the motors, we do everything from scratch and ground up. So whatever requirements you've got, you can contact us. So picking one specific product, I'll talk about the U1000 industrial matrix drive. So Yaskawa is the brand we support for VFDs, and they're like the largest producer of drives, VFDs, wastewater management, HVAC, anything you name it, where you want velocity control or you need to put motors with high torques and running forever, basically conveyor belts and stuff. That's Yaskawa, and they introduced something called the matrix drive. So their new technology is basically to reduce harmonics. So the traditional HVAC drives, what used to happen was everything from the AC used to get converted to DC. There used to be a bus cut capacitor in the middle, and then the DC used to get converted to AC again. So whenever the motor slows down or you need braking, there was no way to put that energy back into the grid. So the traditional VFDs, they used to just dump energy into a heating resistor, and then it's just wasting energy like that. So this new technology, what it does is it directly converts AC to AC. There's no DC bus capacitor in the middle. So the advantage of that is whenever the motor slows down or whenever your HVAC is not required and it's slowing down or you're braking it, the energy goes back to the grid and it's used either in the building itself or it goes back to the national grid where you're not being charged, basically. So that's how effective it is, and it's basically 3 wires in and 3 wires out. As you see on the right side, that's all that's required between the motor and the power supply. Traditionally, whatever you see on the left side is what was being used and what's being used even now. And if you want a direct connection, so whatever, most of the time the motors, there's a surge current for the motors when it starts. And once the motor starts and you want it to be running at rated speed, you just do a direct bypass loop. With this U1000 drive, you don't need that bypass loop because it's a direct AC to AC conversion, and it does the bypass in itself. So all you need is just one drive, and it handles everything. And the applications are endless, predominantly heavy energy applications like trains, elevators, conveyor belts, excavators, lifting, vertical lifting and storage systems, car lifts, things like that. And industrially for weaving machines and movers, medical devices, presses, so you can use them almost everywhere. So it's also low harmonic and high power factor, so highest efficiency you can get off a drive, you can get it off these matrix drives. And like I said, HVAC, we've installed in Medibank, in South Bank, as well as at Coles data centers. So, and it's basically you get return on investment pretty quickly. Again, yeah, industrial applications, load testing machines, machine tools, tooling. So these, we also support the standard AC drives. That's the biggest chunk of Yaskawa's manufacturing. As I said, they're like the largest in the world. They support all protocols, whatever is there on the planet. Predominantly for construction and building, backnet is what building uses mostly, and it comes as an option on all the drives. So that's not an issue. And yeah, we are based in Melbourne. There's a team in Sydney as well, and we've got a team in Western Australia, Perth and Brisbane. Brisbane is fairly new, but yeah. So you've got local support everywhere almost in Australia. Yeah, so A1000 drives are the general purpose drives. We've put them in wastewater management, Yarra Valley Water, Murray Goulburn, places like that. And these are all the partners. We support and distribute all these brands, namely Yaskawa, Epson, Keyence, Azrael, Parker, Snyder. We do cobots as well, where people can be working next to the robots, and it's safe with the cobots, so they straight away stop as soon as it detects any collision. That's the newest technology all the robotics manufacturers are getting into. And these are most of the customers we've been dealing with. Like I said, it's scientific solutions like nuclear power plant, nuclear research, Australian synchrotron in Melbourne, ANSTO in Sydney, aerospace industry, rocket labs. So we've put drives in rockets for the fuel injection system. So BAE Systems, Boeing, we put Yaskawa drives in there. Food and beverage, that's the biggest market we've got in Australia. So Nestle, Mars, Fonterra, Unilever, to name a few. Printing and packaging, which is Visi, TNA, and you've got CNC machine manufacturers like Anka, tooling manufacturers, and medical and pharma, CSL and Pfizer, to name a few. And yeah, we put like 200 axes in ANSTO in Sydney. So this is basically inside nuclear radiation. It's for all the nuclear research they do. It was all done by us, and yeah, all the wiring, control systems, controllers, drives, everything installed by us in there. And there's some customer codes where according to them, we were the most responsive, and they couldn't get someone with better or speed of replies. So they went with us, and it was win-win for both of us. Yeah. And thank you. If there's any questions, yeah, we can meet up afterwards.